So next, let us welcome our speaker today, which is a feature writer. He has written many books, and he is the vice CEO of the Tzu Charitable Foundation. And our publication today is actually originally made by one of the new members from the US, as well as our new members of our art team. As you can see, this person, some of you may recognize, which is our Oscar Best Actress. And she does have affinities with Tzu. So for our offices in Malaysia, she will go and volunteer there and help clean the office. So we'd like to congratulate her for winning the Best Actress title for the Academy Awards. So for our speaker today, not only has he has a connection with the big stars, he also has connections with a local grandma, because the grandma has said that they've been waiting to see him in person for 8 years. And today, now that knowing that he's going to be in Vietnam to share, she has been waiting. We've been waiting for him. Unfortunately, this grandma has passed away not too long ago. But at least she was able to satisfy her wish of meeting the person that she's waited 8 years for. So we're grateful for the opportunity. And I'm sure that he wouldn't mind me sharing these stories, even though he never gave me his permission. So for a lot of our Tzu volunteers, you may have been familiar with who he is. And now I'd like to share a little bit of him when he was much younger. And that's when he donated the Kuala Lumpur office in Malaysia in 1996. And after establishing office in Malaga, he's been taking over and take the responsibility as the local director. And this is his wife, who shared that a lot of people who see the beauty of Tzu and they're really attracted to joining in this group and how to bring their husband into this organization. And even though they're well-established entrepreneurs, they were still contributed a lot of the time. And after spending 90% of his time in Tzu, he realized that he doesn't have any more affliction, doesn't have any worries. His vision has become very clear. And from sharing that the money that he gained in Malaysia will be used completely in Malaysia. When he decided to donate his earnings, he didn't really consult with me, and that is who he is. From 2001, Kuala Lumpur has been the first in establishing a community volunteer program. Whether it are a well-to-do businessman or local volunteers, everyone get together and contribute and share the same role. So when I put my palms together, I actually have the most sincere gratitude for them giving me the opportunity to help them. In 2010, the Jiyu Hall started the groundbreaking construction. and the name changed. So now with the Jinsi Hall established, there's more than 10,000 volunteers in the greater Kuala Lumpur area. So from the history that we can see, from this point, we know how our speaker today started his role and has been have a very firm step and vision. And his stories has been portrayed in a diet drama that many of our volunteers, many people have witnessed. And their stories, even though we have heard many times, every week he still has new stories and new ideas to share and to tell. And every episode, every week, will have more than 10,000 views. And for a period of time, Brother Jiyu is actually in Singapore. So from here, we'll share with you how he was when he was in Singapore. After 2 years of construction in 2005, Singapore Jinsi Hall has opened, and we have opportunity to have the local representatives as well as the abode masters bringing blessings from Dharma Master Zhen Yan. And from this, so from our screen today, we'll connect with our speaker today. So let's welcome him.
No matter whether Brother Jiyu is in Macau or in Singapore, he's always doing his best. He has walked so many paths in the past. Thank you, Brother Jiyu. We know that Master always concludes her teaching with be more mindful. And this is the topic for Brother Jiyu today. So he said, just look at him. There's no PPT to look. This is the first speaker that doesn't have any PPT. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Teacher Ming. Dear Dharma family, good day. Can you hear me? Yes, very clear. I saw on screen the live the live show in Kaohsiung. It's very lively. It's very colorful and exciting. I want to give Teacher Mei for praise her for such a wonderful job. When we saw historical things happening today, on March 8th, I went to some friend's home. I went to 13 countries and 10 days. In the busy 9 days, we visited 13 offices for 33 sharing events. All without COVID restriction, our days are busier with more on-site events. All local officers took the special chance to fill the days with great interactions. We were almost dehydrated, dried, and mashed into powder. Fortunately, with strict trainings before, there was no problem. There's no problem in Cantonese. My topic is be more mindful. In Cantonese, it's 多有心. Don't worry or get upset, just be more mindful. That's Master's favorite. She always concludes her teaching with be more mindful. To remind listeners when listen, explain, share, and use the Dharma. In addition, when walk, stay, sit, lie down, talk, move hands or feet, deal with people or matters, we need to be more mindful. These three words are soft, but their meaning is strong. The common words carry the essence of life and great wisdom. By concluding each teaching with be more mindful, Master Cheng Yen emphasizes their importance. When we drive and are in control, it's easy not to hit others. To avoid being hit by others, it's more difficult because it's in others' control. Similarly, it's easier not to gossip about others with our virtue and control. But to prevent others from gossiping about us is beyond our control. Sometimes it's hard to control ourselves, not to mention controlling others. Heroes can conquer the world, but may not conquer themselves. Traffic accidents occur often in certain areas because mindless drivers tend to drive poorly there. Human negligence resulted in accidents. Why did only you cause accidents while others were safe? Because of your negligence. However, some mindful drivers may still hit by others due to affinity and karma created in the past. Yeah, it's still our own problem. Mindless people neglect their surrounding danger and fall into traps when driving through dangerous streets. Whereas mindful people concentrate on driving and react quickly. No matter how treacherous the surroundings are, they can still handle mindfully. They can prevent any danger and crisis from happening. If occasionally they face difficult problems, they use wisdom to turn danger into safety. Therefore, wisdom belongs to mindful people. Impermanence comes from accidents. Accidents come from negligence. Negligence comes from bad habits, and bad habits link with mindlessness. You can't change fate by changing feng shui or names. You have to change bad ideas and habits. Instead of blaming fate for our troubles and accidents, we should blame our mindless habits. Occasionally, negligence comes from not enough experience, bad judgment, or insufficient alertness. Sometimes it is detrimental to focus on bad matters and do wrong things. When heavy rains blocked drivers' views on a Malaysian highway, they parked on the shoulder with high beam on to be safe. This is mindfulness prevents loss. Yeah, this is what happened in Malaysia. Tragedy happens with wrong judgments. We see others' mistakes clearly as bystanders, but make the same mistakes when we are in their situation. That's why Master reminds us to be more mindful, to cultivate our mind based on others' experiences, to develop our vigilance with the Dharma among people. This is called to train mind with matter, to cultivate mind with stillness, and to build mind in every place. These 3 points remind us to be more mindful, to use our mind, and not to just eat more snacks. That's the pun. The more we use our minds, the sharper and more powerful they will be. The less we use them, the weaker they are. Just like singers lose their voices and pianists stiffen their fingers without practices. After lying in bed for 2 months, people need to slowly learn how to walk a few steps again. The same principle applies to mindfulness. Bad habits, insufficient experience, or mindlessness will result in life crisis. They are the potential causes of impermanence. Whenever the cause meets the mature condition, results happen beyond our control. Thus, hidden cause became visible outcome to give us the torture of impermanence and suffering. We can't say we don't know whether impermanence or tomorrow will come first anymore, because one day is too long. A big business CEO in Malaysia looked very normal before his presentation to a huge group a few months ago. In 2 minutes, he died of heart attack. He was only 61. The difference between life and death was only 2 minutes. People used to say, goodness creates good effects, badness creates bad effects. When the time isn't right, there is no effect. Now we should say, there's always an effect coming immediately. It's comforting that the CEO's death is respectful and painless. It's a good ending, though difficult. Yeah, we recite a sutra for him immediately, so he could go peacefully. We have cultivated ourselves for a long time. Do we know where we are going after death? Can we die with respect and without pain? This is a big challenge. Most people suffer from aging and illness before death. Sometimes they are insane or in coma. It's not easy to die so clean and quickly. This alerts us that impermanence may come any minute. Coffins are for dead people, not just for old people. One person dies whenever he can breathe. This impermanence can happen to anyone. Therefore, don't overlook a small habit. A careless life habit may cause impermanence. For example, a small match worthy a few pennies can attack and burn a huge mansion worth billions of dollars and destroy happiness. We should ask ourselves, how many matches do we carry on with us? Mindless behaviors and speeches are bad habits, like small matches with destruction power of a gunpowder factory. We need to be cautious. We need to caution that every bad habit is a small match. Ordinary people usually enjoy their blessings at good times, hardly warn themselves about impermanence. Only when bad effects come with ill fates and everything goes wrong, they wake up to the impermanence of life. Life is not always perfect. At this moment, people with good roots approach benefactors and look for solutions. This is the beginning of cultivation, also the reason of Four Noble Truths: suffering, aggregation, cessation, and path. People without good roots are not interested in the cause of worry and suffering. They just blame on fate and other people, then continue to perish. Some people think they are born to enjoy blessings. When things go against their will, they only blame on the unfair God. We learn Buddhism to eliminate wrong concepts and learn right views. To build this outlook of life takes a long time of daily practice. We always say it takes several years of sufficient preparation to change the mind in a few seconds. You learn the Buddhism for 1,000 days and you use it in one day. Without daily practice, we can't react quickly. The more we practice, the more smoothly we react, or even automatically. Same as mindfulness. With enough practice, we will have the right mindset and be mindful automatically without any reminder. This is the deep, wondrous Dharma. Read more sutra, listen to more Dharma, volunteer more, listen to our master's teaching, attend more book clubs every day. And attend the study groups more. These are all free and guaranteed to teach us well to practice changing mindset and being mindful and prepared. With preparation, there is no suffering. Without preparation, sufferings come. It's not enough to only recognize the impermanence of life. It's critical to make the best preparation to be more mindful in everything. Only when we prepare, learn, and experience mindfully for a long time and make mindfulness a life habit, our actions are safe. Be more mindful is to think, observe, listen, ask, understand more. When talking, focus on mouth. When walking, focus on feet. When helping others, focus on hands. When doing things, focus on mind. Speaking is an important subject and needs more mindfulness. Making speaking mindfully a life habit and personal strength. It is the best way to bless ourselves. Because you hear your speaking the first, and you hear your bad words the first. When you're gossiping, you're hurting yourself, and when you say good words, you're blessing yourself. Last year at annual blessings in Taipei, a commissioner said, "Master, I spend all time to care for elders now, and these elders are hard to fool." Master said, "Let's not fool them. We need to comfort them and build their confidence. Instead of fooling, we comfort them." Another time, a commissioner leading a huge event said, "Master, since there are so many people in the rehearsal, I have to be quick, ruthless, and accurate." Master immediately told her, "It's good enough to be quick and accurate. Don't be ruthless." Master considers ruthless a malicious word, not a peaceful sign. Too violent. I was with the master at Taipei's Tzu Hospital once. The team of doctors and nurses vowed to manage the hospital well for Master to laugh with mouth and eyes. Master was happy. Then we went to Taichung Hospital. Someone mentioned this vow to make Master laugh with mouth and eyes, and asked, "What is your vow in Taichung?" People were not prepared, and everyone was quiet. So I said, "Make Master's heart flower in raging bloom." Master said, "There is a word raging there." Everyone laughed. Yeah, because raging is not that great. Similar to ruthless, raging isn't a good word. I can always learn from Master. Several years ago, a group of Singapore and Malaysia businessmen visited Master. One man said, "Master, before joining Tzu, when I saw many volunteers happily doing Tzu work, I felt they were crazy. Now I'm a volunteer and find myself also crazy doing Tzu work." Master said, "Your word crazy means walking out of the burning house and going among people to cultivate mind, to change a bad expression into such a beautiful one is not only wits, but pure Buddha wisdom. Ordinary people don't have this kung fu." Master emphasizes on eloquent speech and right word. When she is ill, she says, when my body slides down, I worry some people assume only the work without the responsibility. Instead of being ill or sick, she uses slides down. So she uses beautiful words. Sometimes she says, I am preparing for the time I go, which sounds better than when I'm not here or pass, right? Go is better than die. This is mindful speaking for us to learn. Several years ago, when Master went to Taipei Tzu Hospital, a doctor talked about a commissioner with terminal cancer. He told her the success rate for her operation was 50%, and most people chose to risk it. The sister worried about the 50% failure rate, and if failed, she couldn't donate her body to Tzu University Medical School. So she chose not to operate. The doctor said, I think the sister's brain has a problem. Master said, don't say her brain has a problem. Say she has too much love. For the same situation, we see the difference between the speech of a wise man versus an ordinary person. Now, Tzu volunteers in Jordan are still delivering living supplies at refugee camps. Before COVID, we provided several free clinics there. The refugees were so grateful to the medical team that they cooked a big pot of cabbage soup to show their appreciation. A medical team member shared with Master, there was no water nor electricity. With such bad hygiene, we dare not to eat the cabbage soup. Master said, instead of dare not to eat, how about saved it for them? One word represents one thought. Dare not versus saved it, pressured it too much to eat. One word represents one thought. It's reasonable for the medical team to worry about hygiene and diarrhea. Should they eat or not? But dare not to eat shows contempt. Master uses her wisdom and compassion to suggest, with limited supplies, please save it for yourselves. You are so lack of supplies, we really want to save it for you. What a wisdom and a compassion. About 30 years ago, Malaysian volunteers needed training on charity visits. I went to Taiwan to ask Master for trainers. Master said, commissioners in Taiwan are very busy. You do charity visits well in Malaysia and can find local trainers. I was embarrassed and said, Master, I'm in Taiwan now. And just want to get some resources somehow. In Taiwanese, Master said, if you want somehow to get, I will somehow give. If you do your best to get, I will do my best to give, with a lot of zen. Don't back out when facing reluctance. Persevere with sincere heart, and you will succeed. This teaching from our wonderful teacher is forever memorable to me. Just like in the Lotus Sutra, Buddha Sili asked the Buddha to teach the Lotus Sutra. Yeah, because he kept on asking until the Buddha agreed. That's why Master said we need to thank Sili Buddha. Did not back down until 3 times. Yeah, we just need to be persevere. If you ever attend Master's sharing with volunteers, you will notice Master always listens mindfully and patiently to every sharing and provides feedback and teaching. Sometimes we see nothing special about the volunteers sharing, but Master always provides timely admiration and gratitude and teaching. Master demonstrates the first vow of Samatha Bhabra, respect all Buddhas. She respects every volunteer as a future Buddha. This practice creates lots of good karmas with sentient beings and is a model for the enlightened one. That's why she has disciples all over the world without ever going abroad. His teaching with own behaviors and words is the most valuable treasure Master gives us. This precious Dharmakaya relic is more valuable than the relics of Buddha tooth or finger. I've shared my personal experiences and learnings from following our Master. I record every day in order to share now. Why does Master say be more mindful in her teaching and not use more brain? The reason is simple. Ordinary people think with brain, and sacred think with their mind. Brain is a function, and mind is a nature or essence. We cannot see with just eyeballs. Only with the nature, eyes can function. When people die, they can't see with their eyeballs because the nature is gone. Light bulbs lit up because of the bulbs and electrical current. The electric current is the nature, and the light bulbs are functions. Similarly, mind is the nature behind organs. And eyeballs are functions. Another example to make it clearer, Jingsi, Dharma lineage is the nature, and the Ciji school of Buddhism is the function. The functions are visible. The Dharma lineage is the nature. The head leads all rice dumplings, and the school of Buddhism is the function. The strings connect all rice dumplings. Once we see and distinguish clearly the relationship between nature and function, we can see the Buddha when flowers bloom and fall, see waves and water, see beauty and her skeleton. When we see others' shortcomings, we think about our own shortcomings. and won't criticize or blame others. Thus, we can reflect upon our own nature when seeing everything and everyone. This is to understand the mind and see the nature. And the reason why Master reminds us to be more mindful and not use more brain. This concludes my 30 minutes sharing online. Looking forward to seeing you all again. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Thank you, Brother Jiyu. Time is about right. Okay, I will finish when it's still going well. When the camera is there, I start. When the camera is gone, I will close. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. Best wishes to everyone's cultivation of blessing and wisdom. Be full of Dharma joy. Goodbye. Brother Jiyu is so smart. With smart look and smart teaching, sharing. Teacher Mei voice sounds very loud and clear. Sister Jing is complimenting Brother Jiyu for giving us such a wonderful sharing and positive energy. See? Oh, she has a wonderful background there. Wow, he has his own photos workplace to take this picture for his video show. We need to remind ourselves all the time. We also wonderful feedback from Canada. Yeah, we need to practice being mindful. Oh, she reminds how wonderful the experience was meeting Brother Jiyu the first time in Malaysia. Okay, Brother Jiyu just said a poem that about how he and his wife took care of different local offices for Tzu Chi. The most respectful thing about Brother Jiyu and his wife is their dedication and respect and love to Master Zheng Yan. We are so grateful to you. We always enjoy your teaching. Brother Jiyu and his wife started with charity work, and then they emphasize a lot on education. That's why Malaysia volunteers can do so much in such a short time. No matter whether there is a COVID or whatever, they could still do great work. They brought teachers from Malaysia to Taiwan to learn the Tzu Chi education, because Teacher Mei was with them the whole time. She was very impressed. At that time, Teacher Mei was still working. the Malaysia teachers all watched Teacher Ming's videotape. The smart king of children. That's why they all felt Teacher Ming to be very familiar. That's when you were young, right? And Ming's sister said, yes. Oh, so Brother Jiyu said, I'm not saying you're old, but you have rich experiences. So after teachers, they brought all the businessmen back to Taiwan. And so they were able to bring about so many wonderful changes in Malaysia. And they are also into the environment. They are making the environment green. Kuala Lumpur, Jingsi Hall, is the first green building in the whole world. The Jingsi Hall in Kuala Lumpur. Wow, even when they built it, there was no noise. I mean, everything was well planned. Let's applaud to them. And also the Jingsi Hall in Kuala Lumpur was donated by businessmen from local businesses. That's why I know them so well. The reason Brother G is holding his ear is because his earpiece is getting loose. That's why he has to hold on to it. Okay, it's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye.